Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.
Meanwhile, the United Kingdom continues to reel under the impact of Brexit. First, there was a food crunch, then a shortage of daily products. Now the UK is struggling with a driver's drought. Supply chains of fuel have been hit. There aren't enough drivers to transport the fuel. The result is this: unprecedented rationing at filling stations. Some of them have even shut down. The government is advising against panic buying, but long queues have begun to form nonetheless. Many motorists are returning with empty tanks. How serious is this crisis in the UK? Which cities have been impacted the most? Why is the UK facing such a shortage of drivers? And how does it plan to solve it? Here's a report.
These images are from London. Long queues like these are now a common sight in the city. They began to form early morning, persist through the day, and continue all the way to night. Yet there are many motorists with their tanks still empty.
Look at my tank. I don't fill up usually, I leave it, but look at that, it's empty. How am I going to get to work on Monday? You with me? I'm done. I've been to 3 stations.
What is the reason for their misfortune? Brexit and the pandemic. Ever since Britain left the European Union and the Wuhan virus began to spread in the country, the supply chains have been upended. There aren't enough lorry drivers to transport the fuel. Why is that? Because most of them have left.
There is no shortage of petrol. There's lots in the refineries. This is, as has been described many times, about a shortage of drivers, which is a global problem after COVID-19, which has led to too few drivers on the road.
An estimated 70,000 drivers left the UK in 2020 alone. Out of this, at least 12,500 were European nationals. They had begun leaving during the Brexit process. The pandemic catalyzed their exodus. There is an acute shortage of drivers to transport the fuel from distribution terminals to fueling stations. Well, what about domestic drivers? They too have left the industry. An estimated 55,000 quit in the last 18 months alone. Retirement and tax changes being the main reasons. The result is this. Today, UK faces a logistical nightmare. Fuel prices have soared to their highest since 2013. Some petrol pumps are indulging in rationing, while others have been forced to shut down. This includes pumps owned by BP and Esso, the biggest petrol station operators in the UK.
There has been, as you've shown, pictures of queues right around the corner. There has been a steady number of drivers here at this point. The way they plan to tackle it is to try and get those tests up. And if they need to, they're going to bring in the army. But there is a bigger problem that many of the army drivers don't necessarily have civilian licenses.
The British government is under pressure to act. It has vowed to resolve the crisis by doing whatever it takes. But what exactly does it plan to do? Recruit more drivers from abroad. Reporters say the British Prime Minister has agreed to relax immigration rules in order to allow more foreign drivers into the country. There is a talk of a temporary visa scheme as well. Around 5,000 new visas are expected to be issued in the days ahead. But this isn't going to be a popular idea because it goes against the very purpose of Brexit, which was aimed at creating more jobs for Brits and ending reliance on cheap foreign labour. Relaxing immigration rules undermines this message. An uproar is expected. The Brexiteers are bracing for some tough questions. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.